Jensen! Jensen, can you read me?
Barely. I've reached Panchea, Pritchard. Any word from Sarah for the UN delegates?
Nothing. The installation went into lockdown shortly after Darrow gave his speech. I can't tell if anyone's even alive. And the signal's still broadcasting.
Meaning no one's safe till I get in there and shut it down.
You'll have to disengage the lockdown first. Look for a master control panel at the top of the tower.
Pritchard, Panchea's broadcast center is at the base of the station near the bottom of the ocean. Is that right?
But the lockdown caused all the blast doors to seal. You won't be able to go down until you override them manually.
From up in the tower. I got it. I know. Okay, thank you.
Access granted. Access granted.
I don't think you want to do that, Mr. Jensen. Disengage lockdown, and whatever demons this station contains are likely to come crashing out on us.
Afraid to die, Darrow? Or just unwilling to face what you've done?
Oh, I know what I've done, believe me. I take no pleasure in it.
And yet you still did it.
I did what had to be done. 20 years ago, I gave the world augmentation technology. I thought I was giving it a bright future, but instead I gave it the means to destroy itself. No law, no UN regulation was going to fix that.
People are dying out there. Hundreds of thousands of people driven to the brink of insanity because of you.
I had to convince the world. Before today, people believed we should steal fire from the gods and redesign human nature. Human nature is the only thing we have that gives us a moral compass and the social skills we need to live in peace. Destroy it, and you destroy our very species.
Don't paint yourself a savior in this. What you're doing is insane.
Is it? When this is done, the Illuminati won't be able to control men and women like you as they had planned, from the inside out. No one will be able to use the technology I invented to make others into beings they desire. Something we both know has happened already.
You think you're Frankenstein? Killing his own monster?
Actually, Mr. Jensen, I prefer to think of myself as Daedalus, watching helplessly as his child crashes into the sea.
I'm ending this. Now.
You can't. The signal is being generated from the broadcast center at the base of this facility. Panchea's security system has been programmed to protect it, and will kill you before you even get close.
You designed that system, Darrow. You can tell me how to shut it down.
But I won't. You think what I'm doing is extreme. You simply don't understand. For humanity to survive beyond this century, it must abandon ill-conceived notions about transcendence and embrace change. But for that to happen, the hard lesson must be learned. Blood must be shed.
My God, Darrow, please, think of the individuals you're hurting. Innocent women and children, some of whom had no choice when they got augmented. Every second that signal continues to broadcast, more of them will die. Help me stop this. Please.
You think to sway me by forcing me to consider the individuals? I created something magnificent and watched it turn to ashes. And the lesson I learned from my suffering is exactly the lesson that's in play here. But you, I don't expect you to understand. You're like Taggart, Sarif, Zhao, and all the others. You can't see beyond yourself. None of you has the vision to understand the necessity of my actions here today. I do.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're wrong. None of it matters, because this is what will happen now. After today, whatever you say will be dismissed as the ravings of a mass murderer. You were one of the greatest minds of our time, and tomorrow you'll be nothing but a killer.
But they can't think that. They'll be missing the point. Why did I expect this to turn out differently? People like you, people who willingly surrender their humanity a piece at a time, you'll never understand. And browbeating won't get me to change my mind. You can talk and talk and talk, but in the end you'll still fail to grasp the fundamental underlying truth.
People like me? I'm no different than you, Darrow. I'm still a human being, just like all the men and women you're driving insane out there. Step back for just one moment and see it through our eyes. You've convinced yourself you're saving the world, but you're just lashing out in spite.
No, I didn't mean to imply... Mr. Jensen, please. You and I, we're two sides of the same coin. I could have been you if it weren't for this damned blood in my veins. But I was cheated by my own DNA, cursed to become a cripple. And I am not the only one. As long as this technology exists, mankind will continue to divide. Help me make us all equal again.
You cover it up with all that pretense about saving the world, try to justify it. But deep down inside, you're nothing more than an angry child, spiteful, full of hate, envious, and bitter. How petty is that?
Petty? I was betrayed by my own genetics, ruined by my own flesh. What right do you have to condemn me, to curse me? All I ever wanted was to build something good, something magnificent. And now, there's so much blood. So much blood. I will give you what you want, Mr. Jensen. Codes to shut down Panchaea's security system. But you'll still be in danger. Much of the system is self-determining and lethal. When you see it, maybe then you'll understand. The technology I created will not be the future any one of us desires. Please, help the world understand that.
Richard, the lockdown's disengaged. I'm heading back to the hangar to see if those blast doors are open. Have you been able to raise anyone?
I'm picking up several glimmers, but there's too much interference. I think you're on your own, Jensen.
Careful there, Francis. You almost sound like you regret that.
I know. Kids kill me. Fuck you! Fuck you! I hate you, monster! We're going, and I'm gonna take him from the outside, and we will be able to get him out. I don't want it. Okay. Just let me finish! Just let me finish! I got a job to do! I got a job to do! Wait, what? No! Get away from me! Yeah, no! 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 You won't get me! You won't get me! Wait, what? Yeah. Oh my God! No! Wait, what? Yeah. No.
Get away from me! Get away! I hate you, monster!
Shadow! Stay away from me! I can't tell what's real. What's happening to me? It was just in your head. Stay in control, damn it! It's happening again. Show yourself! They're closing in on me. The shadows. See them everywhere.
Get off me! Get off me! Get off! Get off! Get away from me! Get away! Get away from me!
I can't take much more of this! What's this? I got a job to do!
What's that? What's there?
No! No!
It was just in your head. Stay in control.
No! You won't get me! No! Real! No, I'm not real! Just let me finish! I got a job to do! I got a job to do! I can't control them anymore! Run! Run!
Show yourself.
Real! Not real! Not real! No! Go away, Ghost!
This can't go on. I can't take much more of this. There it is.
No! You won't get me! Monster, you won't get me! Real! Not real! Not real! Just let me finish! Just let me finish! I got a job to do! No, I got a job! I can't control them anymore! Run! Run! Just let me finish! Just let me finish! I got a job to do! No, I got a job to do!
Shadow, you shouldn't be here. Only I can be here.
I can't control them anymore! Run! Run! Just let me finish! Just let me finish!
I have to do this. I have no choice.
No! You won't get me! Monster, you won't get me! I can't control them anymore! Run! Run!
It's coming.
Real! Not real! Not real! Just let me finish! Just let me finish! I got a job to do! I got a job!
This is William Taggart. If anyone out there is listening, I'm begging you, help. We've barricaded ourselves inside the core server room. Many of us are wounded. Please, save us. Please, save us.